like. Looks like Ethan's going to get busy now. Attacking for 6. Knock Jesse down to 14. And it's going to be another pass. Yeah, it looks like he has a Kolaghan's command. And I'm sure a Cryptic or something. And a Razorverge Thicket's going to come down and a pass from Jesse. Ethan's going to untap and draw. Attack will both. Look like a Snapcaster was the draw. And he's going to eat it, going to 8. Just going to knock the top of his deck, hoping to draw an answer for this. It needs to be Eclectic Company, I believe. I don't even think a Quarter Calling really gets him out of it. Land of War Elf's going to come down, and that's going to not be it because he is able to block, but he is not in a great position now. Watery Graves. Or that's a Drowned Catacomb, actually. Land of War Elf's going to trade for Snapcaster. He's going to take 4 down to 4. And we're going to go to game 2. Ethan takes a 1-0 lead in this. And I think Jesse will side in his chokes, even though they are not particularly good against the multicolor decks. Granted, if Ethan only grabs Steam Vents and Watery Graves and Islands, it's going to devastate him and basically beat him. However, if he gets his Drowned Catacombs and Sulfur Falls and lands like that, it will not matter as much. I think Ethan's going to side out his Spell Snares, even though they are an answer for Spellskite. And we saw that in game 1. I mean, granted, all he had to do was terminate it, so it wasn't a big threat. Shuffling up for game 2, and I believe Jesse will be on the play as he just lost game 1 to not even doing twin things. It just got in there with Tassiger and Snapcaster and controlled the board. Sometimes you see some good old Grixis control, even though this is Grixis Twin, which I guess I should specify instead of just saying twin, because actually when I think of twin, I just think of blue-red instead of all of these new hybrids that we didn't have in my old day. With your Grixis and your other cards, like the Grixis. Tasker has changed things quite a bit in Modern. When Jun plays it, you should know it's pretty good. Jun only plays the good stuff. Resetting the life pad. Now, in the meantime, while they shuffle up and everything, I'm going to go ahead and show you all the info once more, and it's going to be up on the screen a lot tonight. The info for our Star City Games IQ, and I know the prizes are at the base of Liliana, and they are in black, and that was the only one that sort of showed up on that background, unfortunately. I didn't know how to make it look better, because I'm not very good at this kind of a thing, and I'm working on it. But first place will be $250 cash, the qualification for a Star City Games Invitational, and a Regional Pro Tour qualifier invite, along with 5 Open Series points. Second place will be 24 packs, 4 Open Series points. Third through fourth, 12 packs each, 3 Open Series points. Fifth through eighth, 6 packs, 2 Open Series points. That is the absolute minimum requirements, and we will see... there might be more prizes tomorrow that I'll be able to let you all know what they are. But I know that there's going to be tons of door prizes, and we always add extra to the pool to where it's better than the minimum requirement. We want to be known for good prizes and great times, and not just the bare minimum. Nobody likes the bare minimum. Try to go above and beyond for our players, as they're going to start the second game with Jesse on the play as he lost the first round. Jesse's looking at his 6, and if he has a land, it looks pretty good. And he keeps, and it's going to be a 7 keep on both ends. And it looks like a mana guy is going to come out for Jesse. And we're going to see a polluted Delta, putting him at least to 19. Looks like he is going to go down to 17 and grab a Blood Crypt. Followed by an Inquisition of Kozilek. Is that 3 Elvish Visionary? Shaman. Oh, he's playing Shaman of the Pack. That's why he's playing Llanowar Waste. Okay. So Jesse is playing out the new one, the Shaman of the Pack card, which is 1 green-black. It is a 2/2. It might be actually a 3/2 creature, and it's an elf. And it comes in when it comes into play. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent loses 1 life for each elf you control. So next turn, Jesse could play an Elvish Visionary, possibly a land into a Nettle Sentinel, which would let him put more and more creatures into play to make a Shaman of the Pack deal decent amount of damage, except Ethan's going to take that one. Makes sense. And he's going to pass it back. And don't forget, we're Hometown Hobbies, streaming in Huntington, West Virginia from Rare Drops. It is the awesome retro video game store next door, and they are very kind and let us do this. We're very appreciative of them. And it looks like he's going to whiff on the land draw, and he's just going to have a Visionary and pass. And looks like an Anger of the Gods in Ethan's hand. And instead of just putting it into play tapped, it looks like he will take 2, and he's going to pass it back. He needs the red, I guess, or the Terminate mana. I'm not sure what he needs 2 up for, but we will soon find out. He might just Spell Snare another Visionary. Nykthos comes down, which is going to make things a little different. Visionary is going to hit play, and it looks like that's a remand. Jesse's okay with. It lets him cycle a card for 1 and a blue. And a Nettle Sentinel's going to come down and an attack for 1, knocking Ethan down to 14 life. Thanks to everybody viewing, once again. You all are awesome, and you let us do this by watching us, so it's always fun. That's what we're all about here at Hometown. We're all about having fun and putting on a good tournament and showing everybody what we can do. And an attack with Nettle Sentinel and Elvish Visionary is going to come through for 3 total damage. It would knock Ethan down to 11, which it is. And sure enough, I'm sure, or not sure enough, but I'm sure Jesse will play a green spell, probably a Visionary in main phase 2 to untap his Nettle Sentinel and just to draw a card and establish a bigger board presence, which I think he has an Anger of the Gods in his hand. So Ethan might be playing it cool, but I think he's about to blow Jesse out. If that is in fact an Anger of the Gods. We will find out very soon, because I assume this next turn it's going to come down. Because if he has an Elvish Archdruid, it's almost lethal. Remand's going to come down. It's going to untap the Nettle and pass it back. Oh, nope. I apologize. He's going to tap Mystic for Mystic and now pass it back. Anger of the Gods is going to come down, and it's going to clear out the Elves. Jesse's going to draw. And for example right here, even if he plays Choke, he does get 2 of his lands untapped. Elvish Visionary is going to come in, try to get him a land. It whiffed. No, it didn't. It just looked like a spell, and I forgot that he is playing Llanowar Waste. So Jesse's going to pass it back, and we're going to see a draw from Ethan. He's going to draw a Terminate for turn, and it looks like he has another Anger of the Gods. Now I understand why he played Anger there and didn't just let the Visionary resolve. He had multiple. So this is going to be a very tough game for Jesse to get. Visionary is going to attack, and it looks like it's just going to eat a Lightning Bolt. So that saves Jesse a little bit of damage, and I'd say we're going to see a Visionary come down and hope to draw a 1-mana creature, whether it be Heritage Druid or Nettle Sentinel. And it was an Elvish Mystic. So that's probably going to resolve, and Ethan's just going to let that happen and draw a card. Electrolyze is a very good card right here. I'm not sure if he still has it. But if he does, it gets to kill 2 creatures and draw him a card, which is essentially a 3-for-1, which is pretty nice. Tasker is going to come down, and he's going to exile everything but a lightning bolt. And debating on how to pay for it, which he's going to switch out lightning bolt for Anger of the Gods. Or he might just pay 3 for Tasker instead. Or 2, I mean. Yeah, just 2. Okay. And he's going to pass it back. Looks like he has another Tasker in his hand, so I think he just wanted to get the Golden Fang out there. As a really good blocker. I mean, it's going to make it to where Jesse either attacks with both creatures and loses one, or he just doesn't attack at all, so it's saving Ethan more than likely 1 turn here. An Elvish Archdruid would be a great card. Oh. Excuse me. A great card for Jesse to draw, but I doubt he will play it and attack with the 2 creatures. He might just play it and pass. So, we'll see. He does have Collected Company up, but I believe Ethan has a Dispel in his hand. So, Jesse is about to see that happen if he decides to go all in on Collected Company. Looks like he's going to eat 1 from his Llanowar Elf, or Llanowar Waste, not Elf, to cast an Azuri Renegade Leader. Azuri, for those of you who are unfamiliar, you can pay a green to regenerate another target creature, or you can pay 2 and triple green to give elves plus 3/3 in trample. And Jesse just accidentally flipped a card out of his hand. Terminate's going to come down, targeting Azuri, and it's going to kill Azuri, but he throws a shield up on Elvish Visionary, so that will live through this block with Tassiger. $11-17 here in round 2. Ethan Epstein's up a game against Jesse Hill, who is playing Elves, and Ethan himself is playing Grixis Twin on the left of your screen. This is a game that I am sort of surprised is still going on. There was an awesome Anger of the Gods that came out of Ethan's hand and took away 4 creatures. Followed up with a Tassiger, so you would think that that is just the nails in the coffin, but it turns out it's not, and we are going to see more magic in this round. And Ethan taps 2 and casts a Snapcaster Mage. Is going to flash back a bolt on a Azuri Renegade Leader, the second one. And once again, he's going to throw up a Regen Shield on his Elvish Visionary to make it to where Ethan just won't attack. It would be useless. Looks like that was another Nykthos draw for Jesse. And now that Ethan's tapped out, he's going to go for Collected Company. Looks like that was an Azuri and Heritage Druid. There's a couple Shaman of the Great Hunts, or Shaman of the Pack. I'm still getting used to that guy's name. The Drain Elf. Jesse's still trying to decide which ones to grab. I don't know if Azuri does much good when you're tapped out. I mean, it's better to have him than to not have him, but yeah. So Jesse's really thinking on this one. He wants to try to make sure he doesn't make a mistake, as he is at the backs against the wall. He's facing down a Tassiger, and that card is no joke when it is left unchecked. He does have 3 elves, so he could cast an Elvish Archdruid or something out of his hand. I do think Ethan has a second Anger of the Gods, though, and no way to make green mana other than... Well, I guess he could Heritage Druid and keep 3 of them alive.